We are going to start today with Gettier problem, second parable, second example of Gettier.
Okay.
Yesterday we finished Gettier's first example, and what is Gettier problem? Gettier problem basically is the problem that justified true belief is not knowledge. So, as you know, that we have been discussing as to what is knowledge, and this we have seen in the context of A.J. Ayer's book, The Problem of Knowledge, that according to A.J. Ayer, there are three conditions of knowledge, and they are truth, certainty, and right to certainty. According to A.J. Ayer, even if a particular situation has these three features, that is truth, certainty, and right to certainty, that situation might not convert into a situation of knowledge. So the three conditions raised by A.J. Ayer as necessary and sufficient conditions in the first chapter of his book, and basically in the concluding phase of his book, that is truth, certainty, and right to certainty, according to A.J. Ayer, are the necessary and sufficient conditions. According to Gettier, these conditions are very much questionable. Questionable in the sense that they may not be regarded as sufficient conditions. Although they are necessary conditions, but they are not sufficient conditions according to Gettier. This is the Gettier problem, so to say, because this is the issue raised by Gettier in his paper published in 1963, Is Justified True Belief Knowledge? This was the name of paper published in 1963 in the journal Analysis, and it's about 2.5 page, 3 page paper by Edmund Gettier. And in this paper, he has basically rejected traditional definition of knowledge, traditional nomenclature of knowledge, traditional conditions of knowledge, who support that basically there are three conditions of knowledge, that is justified true belief is the definition of knowledge, and truth, certainty, and right to certainty are the three conditions of knowledge. According to Gettier, these three conditions are not sufficient. So basically, this paper, Is Justified True Belief of Knowledge of Edmund Gettier, is the paper which rejected a traditional notion of knowledge as justified true belief, as knowledge as having three conditions, that is truth, certainty, and right to certainty, and you can get knowledge, you can obtain knowledge if you have these three conditions fulfilled. So what is the motto of Gettier? Motto of Gettier is to reject traditional and so far prevalent, that is so far means up to 1963, prevalent definition of knowledge, that is knowledge as justified true belief. And we have seen in the first chapter that according to A.J. Ayer, there are three conditions of knowledge, that is knowledge as justified true belief, that is knowledge as having truth, certainty, and right to certainty as sufficient conditions of knowledge, as necessary conditions of knowledge. So these are the things which you need to find out in A.J. Ayer, which you need to understand properly, that these are the three conditions, and these are the three conditions which basically are sufficient conditions, which are necessary conditions according to epistemology. Now, keeping this background in mind, yesterday we have done the first example, as I said. And what are those? What is the gist of this paper? Gist of this paper is that A.J. begins with the three conditions of knowledge, and Gettier begins with those three conditions of knowledge which are basically prevalent in epistemology. That is those conditions, as for example, you can find in Chisholm, and he has Edmund Gettier in his paper Is Justified True Belief has taken the name of Chisholm, and Edmund Gettier has taken the name of A.J. Ayer as well. Since Gettier has taken the name of A.J. Ayer, and we have done A.J. Ayer's book first chapter, that is, and so in that context your syllabus is structured in such a way that you have Purva Paksha, that is A.J. Ayer, and then Uttar Paksha, that is Edmund Getier's rejection of A.J. Ayer's three conditions of knowledge as necessary and sufficient. So, what is the gist of this paper by Edmund Gettier? Gist of this paper is this: that is in the beginning, that is in the beginning pages, he has mentioned, Gettier has mentioned that there are examples in history of epistemology as to how philosophers have maintained that knowledge is defined as justified true belief. That is maintained by A.J. Ayer as well. That is, there are three conditions of knowledge: truth, certainty, and right to certainty. Now, this is the background. This is the beginning of paper by Edmund Gettier, and then he moves forward to show through two cases, two examples, two cases, two examples, two parables. Basically, you can say that as to how these conditions are not sufficient conditions. They may be regarded as necessary conditions, but these conditions are not sufficient conditions according to Edmund Gettier. And in order to bring out as to how they are not sufficient conditions, Gettier has given the first case. Yesterday I have discussed, but in the gist I would like to say again, that is, the first case is about two friends, two persons rather, that is name of two persons, names of two persons are Smith and Jones. They both have applied for a job in a firm, in a factory, and they have both applied for a job and they are going for interview. Smith somehow has come to know that Jones will get the job. How he has come to know that Jones will get the job? It is said that in the case one, that is Smith somehow has come to know that Jones will get the job through the owner of the factory itself. That the owner of factory has told Smith that the job will be given to Jones. So one premise is this, that what is the premise? One premise is this, that Jones will get the job. And Smith has seen 10 coins in Jones' pocket. Somehow, again, somehow in the previous premise, and somehow in the second premise, that is, Jones has 10 coins in his pocket. So these two premises he has. Who has? Smith. Number one, Jones will get the job. Number two, Jones has 10 coins in his pocket. He conjoins these two premises. These two premises Smith conjoins, means through conjunction. The conjuncts are, number one, Jones will get the job. Number two conjunctive is that Jones has 10 coins in his pocket. Now, once these two conjuncts are there, and this becomes conjunction, and in this conjunction, what happens that according to Gettier, out of these two conjuncts, now it is a conjunction, compound statement. Through this compound statement, Smith draws another statement. And what is that statement? That statement is that the person who will get job has 10 coins in his pocket. That is, the person who has 10 coins in his pocket will get the job. This is the third statement, which is basically deduced from the previous one, that is compound conjunction statement. That is, number one conjunct is Jones will get the job. Number two conjunct is Jones has 10 coins in pocket. And out of these two statements, according to Gettier, the third statement is deduced. That is the statement that the person who has 10 coins in his pocket will get the job. Now you have to concentrate on this statement. That is, the person who has 10 coins in his pocket will get the job. What happens? Interview took place and the result is out. And the result is out. And who has got the job? Smith has got the job, not the Jones. And with sheer luck, that Smith saw his pocket and he found that there are 10 coins in his pocket as well. So now Smith has 10 coins in his pocket as well as Jones pocket has, as was seen by Smith. So Smith now has 10 coins in his pocket, which was earlier not seen by Smith, and Smith has got the job. So that statement that the person who has 10 coins in pocket will get the job basically is the statement of controversy. What is the controversy? Whether this statement could be regarded as the statement of knowledge statement. Whether this statement is knowledge statement. Now, how to judge whether this statement is knowledge statement or not? You have come to know through other philosophers like Chisholm and Azair that knowledge has three conditions. Number one, truth. Number two, certainty. Number three, right to certainty. Now, this statement, which is statement? That is the person who has 10 coins in his pocket will get the job. The person who has 10 coins in his pocket will get the job. This statement is true, number one. This statement is certain, number two. This statement has evidence, has proof for its certainty. So it is fulfilling all the three conditions of knowledge. So according to Gettier, you cannot reject as per the traditional definition of knowledge. That is the case of knowledge. So this statement is having fulfilling all the three conditions. But now Gettier is raising his own issue, that is, should we say that we are having knowledge statement? Is it knowledge statement? Because earlier it was Jones who was supposed to get the job, but he has not got the job and he has 10 coins in pocket. But it is Smith who has incidentally has 10 coins in his pocket and got job. So the person who has 10 coins in his pocket will get the job actually should have been true on Jones, but it is being true on Smith. So whether this could be regarded as knowledge statement or not, according to Gettier, it cannot be regarded as knowledge statement because as per definition given by traditional philosophers including Chisholm and Ayer, it can be, but according to me, that is according to Gettier, it cannot be regarded as knowledge statement because it was Jones on which this could have been true, but actually this is not Jones. This is not Jones on which it is being true, but this is Smith on which it is being true. So basically, this is not basically knowledge statement, and in this way, Gettier rejected through case one, through example one, that knowledge cannot be regarded as having three conditions fulfilled, that is truth, certainty, and right to certainty. This is case number one. So, is there any issue, Chandan? Would you like to ask any question on this case one? Then I shall proceed on case two.